Steve Lehman here at St. Thomas Sports Park as the Titans enter game week. Preseason game number 1 is Thursday night in Philadelphia against the Eagles at 6:30. And the start of game week, even in the preseason, remains the release of the first depth chart of the season. Not a lot to make out from this depth chart, except for the fact that all of the rookies are buried at this point. Even guys like Amani Hooker, who have seen several reps each day with the first team defense out here in practice, find themselves situated on the third team on the depth chart right now. But Mike Vrabel said after practice today that really you shouldn't discern anything from the fact they even released a depth chart at this point, because there's still a lot to be done. One of the focuses Vrabel said today was to understand that even though it is now game week for the preseason, this is still training camp, and the Titans are very much focused on themselves and trying to get better each and every day. He added that he's in no hurry to make any decisions about the offensive line, even with Taylor Lewan facing a 4-game suspension early on in the season. There's a lot of football to be played here, both in practice and in the preseason games, to see what combination he likes. Marcus Mariota did not practice on Monday with the team. He went through individual portions of the practice, but didn't do any of the team periods of what was a situational practice out here on Monday. Vrabel said simply he feels comfortable with where Mariota was with a lot of those situational things, and that this seemed like a good day to just give the quarterback some throwing rest. As for the situational practice itself, a lot of 50% and 75% action, not a lot of full speed drills this afternoon. This was all about trying to set yourself up for when those unique situations, the late game, the late half, the sudden change, one example today was they brought out the chains to measure for a first down, whether the offense got it or not, and then they had to react accordingly quickly under pressure after that. I asked Logan Ryan after practice, do you remember an example from last year where this practice a year ago led to something positive happening in the game? Ryan listed off 4 different occasions in the first 8 weeks of the season where he said they drew specifically off of what they did in that practice, and Vrabel said afterwards, that's the goal. If you can win 1 game off of this situational practice, that is a very good thing. Vrabel also said that Ryan Suckup, a couple more injury notes for you. Ryan Suckup, the kicker, is on pace to be ready for the start of the season. He's on the physically unable to perform list right now after having off-season knee surgery. And also today we saw A.J. Brown, the second-round pick and wide receiver out of Ole Miss, out here around practice. That's the first time we've seen that happen since he left day 1 of training camp with a hamstring injury. Vrabel wasn't sure whether to say he's making progress or not, but he did say he's not concerned yet about the rookie wide receiver falling behind. The Titans are back on the field tomorrow morning at 9:50 until noon. That is their final practice before preseason game number 1 Thursday night in Philadelphia. At St. Thomas Sports Park, Steve Lehman for NewsChannel5.com.